What's up, everybody? This thing wants to work. There we go. All right. I don't know why this is giving me a little bit of trouble today, but we're on our second stream of the day. Holding out for this one for the Rich USA Flying Club. We're going to fly in the Bear Lodge Fly-In 2025. Weather has not been the best all day, so that's why we kind of waited on this one and did a flight to Poughkeepsie instead. We're going to be flying out of Shively Field, Saratoga, Wyoming, heading north in the Piper Arrow, which I'll show you in a second, but the fly-in is to Hulett Municipal, which has not been good all day. It's overcast at 1300, so we're going to have to see what we can do. Barely going to be good. Gust in the 15, I'm going to see what I can do. Like, that's about where it comes into. And, yeah, that's going to try to make it happen. You notice that everything to the east is pretty crappy because originally I wanted to take off from Aberdeen, but that was VFR for a little bit. Now it's minimum VFR again. So we're going from the south instead. Saratoga, Wyoming to there. I am on the SU4 beta. I have seen some multiplayer, so feel free to join us on this flight in the MSFS Flight Simulator East server. But we're taking November 513 Echo Foxtrot out, the Piper Arrow. I'm gonna have to get the Cessnas and stuff. I got to rotate my planes more. It's not that it's boring. I've been doing a lot of Piper lately, which isn't a bad thing. But yeah. All right. Anyways, we're gonna get going here, so let's get the checklist out and get taken off because this is my second stream of the day. And I'm going to spend some time with family after. I just spent time with the family during the day. I hurt my foot, and now it's a lot better. So either way, I'm getting stuff done. JJ, welcome to the broadcast, by the way. Just want to say thank you for coming out yet again. Seat track back lock. Avionics are off. Autopilot's off. Let's make sure it's loaded. Looks like it is. Beautiful. AC off. Prop high RPM. That is working, so that is cool. But I'm gonna have to turn off the Redbird TH1, or at least turn off the throttle here, right? Yeah. All right. Let me do this. Let me see if I can do this. Now, all right. I gotta go to my controls and turn off that stuff. Let me do that now before we start flying, because it can become a big problem. So I'm just gonna turn off the throttle and stuff because I still want the thing there. Throttle, mixture, oops, whoa, can't spell mixture anymore. Mixture, and prop. It will interact with the Thrustmaster, I mean the Logitech thrust prop mixture, so I'd rather just turn it off. I do like to use the wheel on the TH1 here. They do have a newer, better model, smaller. I would have loved to get that one, but this is what I got, and I got it at a good price, so it is what it is. Alright, prop, high RPM. Good. Good. Alright, throttle slight. Gonna be flying for life, hopefully on the 21st at nighttime. Get some landings in. Already booked it with the 152. Brakes are set, and they're working. Okay. Prop, I'm gonna call clear when we're ready to start. Master altimeter on, beacon on. Good, that's working. Fuel pump on. Full rich on the mixture. We should see the fuel flow go up. Uh-oh, what just happened? Come on, man. Fuel pump. Right, up. Here we go. And back down. Okay, cool. Mixture rich prime. We're gonna have to lean it out a little bit, actually. So we're only gonna go about halfway, because we're like 7,000 feet above sea level, so we'll go about halfway. Right. Mags will start, mixture full rich. We'll see though. All right. Here we go. Clear prop. To the outside view again. I look at the outside view. Why? Oh! Almost didn't turn off the tie downs there, which were saved from before, and I have to fill the fuel here, which I almost forgot that too. Holy shnikes. Fuel! Need fuel. Could probably make it on that, surprisingly, but... Alright, here we go. Clear prop from the outside. Here we go. Clear prop! Go about halfway on the mixture. That should give us enough there. All right, good. Looks good. Oil pressure is in the green. Fuel pump off. Fuel pressure holding. Lights as required. We'll turn nav on it this time. I'll move the prop down just a little bit so we get that button. In real life, we wouldn't have to do that. Also want to turn on my taxi light. Actually, there's no taxi light, and I keep forgetting all that. Mixture is required. Where's my EGT gauge? I'm so used to the warning because I just flew that like an hour ago. There it is. Maximum RPMs, maybe? We'll leave it right about there. We'll be fine. Alright, seatbelts, harnesses, heat vent, defrost. It is 40 degrees out. We're going to crank that heat like it is already. Avionics on, it's set. I'm going to stick this window to the real sim gear GNS 530. We'll resize that. Get that going. And if you're here, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much on my second stream of the day. This one was a little delayed due to weather, but I want to get the event in for the Rich USA Flag Club. So, should be right over there. Alright, ATIS. What is the ATIS here? I got to put the plan in again. So we'll do this. Kilo Sierra Alpha Alpha. We're going to W Whiskey 43. Alright, AWAS 118.75. Right? Yeah, 175, excuse me. Here's some weather, hopefully.
Kilo Sierra Alpha Alpha automated weather observation 2100 Zulu. Wind 281 at 11. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 5C dew point -1 tree C. Altimeter tree 024.
302.
Kilo Sierra Alpha Alpha automated weather observation 2100 Zulu. Wind 281 at 11. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 5C dew point -1 tree C. Altimeter tree 024. Kilo Sierra Alpha Alpha
Shively
automated
Field,
weather
Saratoga.
observation
Probably take runway
2100
23.
Zulu. Wind 281 at 11. Visibility
That's what we're
10.
gonna do.
Sky
Back
condition
to
clear.
guard.
Temperature
You know what
5C
that
dew
means.
point
You're on
-1
guard,
tree
Whip.
C. Altimeter tree 024.
Alright, altimeter set, transponder alt squawk
Yeah.
1200, ADSB will be on. I'm going to connect the MAT Civic this time. I already filed the flight plan, so we should be fine. Just have to get the right call sign in there and also the type code. P28 Romeo, and it's an Arrow 3. Alright, we are connected. Salt Lake Center. Center is on. So let's just look at Volante here and see what we got for ATC here. I think Salt Lake City, it doesn't seem like, oh, you know why? Because I don't have it on map. Yeah, there we go. Alright, going for Shively. Shively. It sounds like a prison thing. Kilo whiskey, I guess, because they're going to need that in this one. There you go, Hulett Municipal Airport. It's just a quick hop. Should take us, though, about an hour and 45 minutes, even in the Arrow. So the winds are against us or something. But we have some members kind of getting in there. So, yeah, we got a bunch. We got a helicopter going in. So the event is alive, everybody. Event is alive. What else do I need? ADSB on radio test 122.8. That's it. Unicom Arrow 3 Echo Foxtrot radio check, please. See if anyone answers back. Doubt it. Light test required. I did that. Brakes test on the way out, and we're gonna taxi down to runway. What was it again? Runway 23. So I'm just gonna come right out here. This one. 23. So let me check this out again. Let's see what this looks like. 23. Oh, we're gonna go right out to our right. Go down that taxiway. Run up areas over there, so that's cool too. Alright, very good. I think we're good. Got full fuel, right? Yep, okay. Alright, let's taxi around 123. What is the frequency here for the CTAF? 122.8, so there we go. Alright, very good. Let's do this. Here we go. Toby eye tracker on. Center. Back it up a little bit. Park and brake will be going off. Hopefully this button works. I think it does. Yeah. Alright, and we're off. Don't hit that person on the left, Eric. Second flight of the day. We were in my home-ish town of Taunton, Mass. I live in a town outside of it, but it's closest to GA Airport. And we flew up to Poughkeepsie, New York, which was like going to my wedding for Jet Pilot Simon last week, so that was a pretty good time. And yeah, should be pretty good with 7,000, almost 7,000 feet in the air right here. Here's the ramp area on our right. This layout's a little interesting for the taxiway and stuff. But I think we got this whole flight simming thing down to a science now. I don't have as many problems. I did find out the problem with the freezing, which is FS trains. The developer did get back to my private messenger. He's going to look into it. So, because we cannot run FS trains the way it is, it cannot crash desktop thing. Okay. Anyways, parking brake on, back to 1,000. Toby eye tracker off. Let's do our run up. Okay, brakes are set. Fuel to the proper tank. We're on the left. It's gonna be fine. Trim set for takeoff. We'll test both the wheel and the electronic trim. Looks good. You can always turn that off, by the way, in this model. In real life too, with that switch. See, it should not work now. Oh, but it does. So that doesn't really work like real life. But you can always turn off the electric trim. So if everyone like went haywire with the motor or whatever, you could have that. So, alright. Anyways, I digress. Flight controls. Free and correct. Instruments turn clearance in the middle, no flag. Heading clearance about 270. Road looks good. Timing looks good. Horizon looks good. Airspeed looks good. Annunciator lights, good. Alternate air, test and close because it's fuel injected, so there you go. Make sure rest power, going up to 2,000 RPMs. There you go, check the mags as soon as I get it there. Come on, let's go. Right. Back to both. Left. Back to both. Now, trim this up. Maximum RPMs. Right, there-ish. Alright, good. We're gonna cycle the prop. RPMs go down. RPMs go back up. Oil pressure over here, it goes down. It goes up. And finally, we do it one more time. Make sure no oil spurts on the windshield. Probably won't do it in the sim, but I do this for real life practice. So down and up. That way, you make sure there's no oil leaks in the governor. All right, vacuum is good. Amps charging. Fuel pressure is good. Oil pressure, oil temperature are good. I'm gonna idle. Things look good. Back to about 1,000-ish. Right, this is a problem with taking full mechanical windshield otherwise. We will abort takeoff and land directly ahead on the runway as long as there's enough available runway ahead of us. If we are under, let's say 7,700 feet, there's a problem with mechanical emergency otherwise. I gotta get the winds again.
Kilo Sierra Alpha Alpha automated weather observation. 2100.
Take a turn to the right and land downwind on the taxiway, the grass, the runway, whatever's available to us. Best glide speed in this is 79.
Temperature,
if we are above 7,800 in this 7,700 in this prompt, mechanical emergency otherwise. Actually, if we're oh god, That's why you do the briefing and you take your time. So if we're under 7,700 feet, this problem can't go to us. We'll land directly, have no more than 30 degree turns, best glide speed 79. If we're above 7,700 feet, this problem can't go to us. So you can turn to the right, land downwind on the taxiway, the grass, the runway, what is available to us. Best glide speed 79, we rotate at 70. Climb at 90, retract the gear when there's no more available runway to land on. I think we got it. I just did the briefing. Okay, good. All right, let's check our checklist for the pre-takeoff. Prop high RPM fuel pump on. I'm going to put the strobes on, the landing light on. I think we're good. All right, the gear override as required. We don't need it. My fuel pump's going nuts though. That was weird. Okay, anyways, we're going to get going here. So let's do our departure here. Togai tracker, recenter it. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Okay, clear. Clear. Back to the plane. Alright, what the hell am I? Saratoga, right? Yeah. Saratoga traffic. Arrow 3 Echo Foxtrot departing runway 23, departure to the northeast. Saratoga. One thing I forgot to do is set the autopilot already. We're going to, what was it, 9,500 feet. So get that set, ready to go. So that way we have it. Very high in the RPMs there. Alright, very good. And we're good to go. Alright, let's take the airfield. Have over 1,000 soundtracks now for the channel. Over 1,000. So I'm hoping that we won't hear a lot of the same things over and over again. Alright, all available runway that we can do. This is a high density altitude. Make aileron correction to the right a little bit. Get in the middle. Heels on the floor. Full throttle. Rotate at 70. Climb at 90. Track gear when there's no more available runway ahead of us. This is obviously default scenery, so we're going uphill, everybody. Uphill. And rotate. Let it climb. It's like a Piper. It's a little heavy on the lifting off here, but it will climb. You gotta give it time. Trim up to electronic trim. And like I said, the weather's not gonna be the best out there, so let's see what happens with this weather. Gear up. Beautiful out here, very barren but beautiful. In Wyoming. Okay. Supposed to be a left turn up, but we're gonna go directly out for a little bit. Okay, autopilot is gonna be turned on. Go. See what he does. Looks like auto's gonna work now. Cool. Real world time and weather. So we are out west, so they're about 2 to 3 hours behind us. I think it's 2, I could be wrong, but I'll check in a second. So 8. And there we go. Alright. Vertical speed. Keep that 700. Get some speed going on. We are off, ladies and gentlemen. We are off. Climbing to 9,500. These mountains are still going to be taller than us, so we want to watch what we're doing there. I think we're going to be okay. Saratoga. That was cool. I was just taking a picture. And that is Saratoga, Wyoming, right over here. You can see it. Pretty good. Last time we flew here was the Oregon Trail flights. And that was the Platte River, which I think we're going to be overflying part of it. Oh, again, play and make sure the autopilot's working. Yeah, it is. Okay. We got some mountains we got to worry about here. Make sure that EGT gauge. Oh, there we go. Alright, we're on the VATSIM Unicom. Let's see if we can get any flight following. I don't think so. Nope, no one's available. We're on our way. And we're already at 9,500. That's awesome. Alright. Leading up. Mixture. Don't worry about there. Kick this down to 25 inches. Don't need to. 2,500 RPMs. Is there anything I forgot? Fuel pump off. That's what I forgot. Other than that, we are good. The manifold pressure was already low because we're departing out of that field. 7,000 feet. Here we go. Looking pretty good. Ground speed of 127 knots. We're going to go right up here through these mountains. We could always do 11.5 FL 9,500. Looks like I guess we can do 11.5. Once we get through these mountains, we're fine. I'll only leave it at 9.5 for now, but if I feel like I have to, 11.5. Alright, let's get some ambiance here. We're going to be on approach. Thank you for coming out if you're watching the broadcast. Oops, sorry. Appreciate you. Second stream of the day. And the Piper Arrow. We're going to see a lot of nature here. That's what we're going to see in Wyoming. A lot of mountains, plains. Until we towel it off. There we go. Should be there about an hour and a half according to this. Not too shabby. Weather could be bad up ahead. We'll have to see. Oh, overcast at 1300 now, according to Sky Vector. Wow. Interesting. And you could hear that wind too. It's pretty strong. Off our right is Kennedy Peak out there. Elk Mountain. I think this is Elk Mountain. You see those clouds in the distance. Not looking good. But see what happens. Ooh, my ground speed just went like big time, 142. I'll take it. Right. Very good. It's a little active out here around Whiskey 43. W43. There's at least 4 people out there right now that I see. There's someone in a 152 at 15,000 feet. That's quite impressive. There's another 2 coming in. Oh, I see Jeffrey B out there. And Dingman. I don't know who that is, but he's landing there as well, or he already did. So interesting. Again, very beautiful scenery here in Wyoming, but very remote, and I just lost the simulator sound. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did it just... Alright, it froze for a second. I was a little worried there. We're starting to get some multiplayer traffic in here. So again, if you want to join us, you can do this.
You are still dangerous. You can be my wingman anytime.
Anytime. East server on the SU4 beta. Feel free to. But it's nice to see that they put the nameplates back. They said that was one of the fixes since this beta. This traffic over 4 or 5 nautical miles away wasn't showing, and now it is. So, which is probably why we didn't see a lot there. This is a Virtuous A Flight Club event. Just reds and tans. We'll see how that weather gets up ahead, because that, it could be a little gnarly. My backup plan, I guess, if I had to, and not landing at Whiskey 43, is to go to Gillette. We'll see what happens. So. He's in the Phoenix A320. I gotta get on that. I gotta start training myself on the Airbus 320 so I can stream that, as well as the 737-800 when it comes available in 2024. I believe I'm going to retire 2020. I'm going to leave it installed for a little bit, and then ultimately uninstall it. But I got to keep all the scenery that's in there, because some of the scenery I still use in 2024. So we'll see what happens. It's dual flight day here today on the Air Flight Channel. What is the current time here in Wyoming? Find out. Oops, give me a second. It is 2 hours behind the East Coast. They're at 3:07 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So right now on East Coast Real World Time, we're at 5:08. So 2 hours behind us. We just changed the clocks back an hour last Sunday. Clouds could be a problem. We're doing on fuel. We're sipping. Where are we? We're about a little over 9 gallons an hour. Not bad at all. But I just got the new Bonanza that came out from Just Flight, so I have to try that out. What's up, George? How's it going? Nice to see you. Welcome to the broadcast. Thanks for following and everything. It's good to see you again, sir. Flying in Wyoming today. So, all Yep, it's going to be a lot of just scenic scenery around us, not much civilization. until we get to our destination. And even then, that's kind of remote as well. But the Virtual Safe Flying Club member who arranged this lives in Wyoming. I met him in person at FS Expo. He's a really nice guy. Mr. Nyberg. Also in the educational world like I am. Retired now though. Not me, him. So. But yeah, very nice guy. Alexa, turn on shelf LED lights. I don't know why she didn't do that. I need more lighting. But we are going to have some inclement weather. They had some snow where we're going. So I'm wondering if there will be snow on the ground or not, you know, because it depends on how much snow. I still haven't seen snow in 2024, I don't think. Because last year this wasn't really usable. But it's come a long way. I wish that they kind of released it like this, because if they released it like this, I think a lot more people would be happy. If they just took more time before they release it. But I know everyone's like pushing them on one end, and on the other end they're like, oh, this isn't good enough. But they've corrected a lot in the Service Update 4 beta. And I think SU4 is going to be the time where a lot of people are going to switch over. I'm going to be honest with you. Fix my camera a little bit. There we go. I think it's going to change a lot. I think a lot of people are going to jump ship from 2020 to 2024. 2020 still gives me problems with like memory crashes and stuff. That Service Update 16, it messed up something because it was a lot more stable before that, but it doesn't even matter to me anymore. Because this thing loads from all my add-ons, all my scenery, fast, and that's because it's streaming a lot of it. And I, thought that might be a problem, but it's really not. It does a very nice job of getting everything in there. It saves me tons of time, so I can stream and actually have some type of life here, which is probably why you see me streaming a little bit more lately than before, because I don't have to wait 40 minutes for all my scenery to load into the sim, which is quite frankly what I had to do sometimes on 2020. So yeah, so looking good. We have darkness here on the East Coast at 5:12 p.m. Can you imagine that? I hate winter. I hate it when we fall back the hour. I think we should just keep Eastern Daylight Time all the time. I think they should just do that. So then it'd be like 6 o'clock and it wouldn't feel as bad. But in winter, like December, it'll go down to like 4:30, 4 o'clock p.m. when it gets dark. And it's like, oh, come on, man. I have not, Airlock Doc. Yeah, I'm not a huge Cub fan. I guess I could try it. I don't know. I just never really had the ambition to do that. So I think I might have bought the Piper Cub a while ago. I just never really flew it. Does that make sense? Because that's what I do. I go, oh, I'm gonna try that out, and then I buy it because it like everyone's like saying, oh, it's really good, and then I never really get to it. And I stick with the planes I usually fly with real life. And occasionally I get to those other planes. Like I want to get to that Bonanza, so we're gonna try flying that sometime soon. But tomorrow we'll be flying this Piper Arrow, if I get time, from Manteo, North Carolina, all the way to Disney World to Kissimmee, Florida. And that's gonna be like a little 4 hours and change flight. So, but yeah, I don't know. I just never really got into. Yeah, I think I might have to try it. I'm not much of a tailwheel guy either. Like I got into the 170 a long time ago. That was the Coronado 170. I really liked it. But then I was like, So, it's nothing against anything. It's just I only have limited time. So, but I'll have to try to rotate around a little bit more. You know what I mean? This is more because I needed the speed tonight, so I get this done in a more timely manner. So, 141 knot ground speed, pretty good. This is one of our newest songs on the Airflight channel. Very 80s balladish. Can't tell, but all these AI generated songs about flying or have a theme with flying in it. they have so many different unique styles that you don't even really tell. That's the cool thing. AI music, I'll tell you. I gotcha. Oh, I gotcha. There's nothing wrong with that either. You know, I'm more about getting to the destination and seeing things along the way. That's even real life. Like, I want to go somewhere and do something, which is why I haven't flown as much anymore. Because I already hit a lot of the airports up here in the Northeast, right? And not only that, again, the money's gone down a little bit, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. The simulator definitely helps you on that. I haven't flown since June because I've been paying off this new computer. But I'm almost done with that now. So I figure if I take one flight in November, it's not going to be a huge problem. But I gotta... Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. Nothing wrong with that at all. If I take the 152 out, that's about as slow as I get. Although I have flown the Jetty years ago. I kind of wanted to reenact the 1918 U.S. airmail routes trial, if you will, where they flew from New York to Philadelphia and then Philadelphia to D.C. I'd have to do that off that sim, though, because you'd have to take off at the racetrack, which is still north of JFK, and then to land in D.C., you'd land at the Polo Fields, or whatever that is. I don't remember if it's the Polo Fields. I don't think it's Polo. I'm thinking of a baseball field. But you land right downtown in D.C. off the Potomac, so... They also do not allow that in that sim, nor real life anymore. So, yeah, it's awesome. Yep. I made a checklist for the developer when it was JP Logistics, and they never used it. But I was trying to help them out, and I was the guy that said you should put a tow bar in the back. I'm not asking for fame. I'm just saying that they took my suggestion to put it in there because I was like, at the flight school, that's the thing I trained in. I was like, you should probably have a tow bar back there because he was putting like big boxes and stuff. And I was like, it's more of a trainer plane. You get what I'm saying? Or it's like a single person's plane to get around. Commuter plane, if you will, for one person. So, but I'll be flying a 152 on the 21st. Get my night landings in. El Chiparino, $110 an hour wet. So probably come to like a little under $200 for that night, but that's all right. We're gonna get up there. I haven't done night flying. It had to be at least a year, if not a little bit more than a year. So it's kind of good to get in there. But yeah, we're getting through these mountains. This is where it gets a little hairy. Mountains, the Shively Mountains off to our left, right here, and the Pathfinder Reservoir, which I think. That might have been, yeah, that's where Independence Rock is on the Oregon Trail. I kind of remember where I am now. Yep, because we flew a lot of this type of area on the Oregon Trail when we followed that. That was a series of flights. I archived them. I archive all my flights on YouTube, but if you join my Discord, it has like the actual like series of the event. It says Oregon Trail. You can do there and just click on each video and see me fly the Oregon Trail, which was pretty cool. We have more series planned in the future, and we'll see what we can do. It would be cool if they had like a native 152. I agree with you. Yep. And I think the 140, don't they have a 140 somewhere? I thought they did. Give me a second. I have to check that. It might have been for 2020. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, Aeroplane Heaven had a 140 package. Because I have that too. It's another one I bought that I haven't flown a lot. That's from 2021. Yeah, I know. But I bought it just to have a 140. And tail wheel, I'm not the best at, but I don't have a tail wheel endorsement. And I understand the whole idea of it, but I would really have to practice it more. So there's a recent update according to this video from 2024. So, but yeah, a really good 152 would be awesome. There you go. Yeah, I can see that. It's pretty close. I gave a lot of feedback when JP Logistics was doing it before WB Sim took it over. And that's because he couldn't put the time into it, so that's why he gave it to them. But I was giving him like feedback on like, this is what we do, this are the speeds we look for, stuff like that. And it's probably the closest you're gonna get to a real life 152 if you ask me. So still interested in seeing what the weather turns into up ahead. Shirley Mountains off to our left there. Independence Rock would be out that way. Got some nice graphics here. Pretty cool though. I really liked flying the Oregon Trail. It was different. It made me go to Idaho and Wyoming, and I don't fly here a lot even in the sim. Obviously, I've never been in real life, so I haven't been to the West Coast a lot. I've been to LA. I went to Las Vegas, and those are like the two biggest places I went in the West. Other than that, I never really ventured out west. If I was a free soul with no family and stuff, I'd probably just travel the United States. I'd probably take like the summer and just say I'm going to drive all around the United States. So, but no, all right. I haven't had a lot of experience with it, but I'll have to look into that. The modding on the aircraft, that's where I think 2024 is at a disadvantage, because like there was a Cirrus SR22 mod, and I used it in 2020. I thought it was great. I've never flown a Cirrus in real life, but it made it more realistic to what it was. Like I took it around the whole marathon for that fundraiser. I think third fundraiser, and I told the developer like the only problem is that it would just land flat all the time. He fixed it within a second, but you have to have the model downloaded so that you can affect that. It's all encrypted, so you can't run mods. You know what I'm saying? The WB Sim 172 mod, you have to load the 2020 version of the 172 and then do that. And that's what I'm doing because I don't like the default Steam gauge one in this. So, and not only that, but it was also glitchy. It was like the GPS wasn't working here and there, and the screens would not turn on. But I'll probably go back to it and try it again. But WB Sim mod is, again, very close to what it is in real life. But it's a little, I think it's a little underpowered because you have to ram in the throttle a little bit to get to the speed it should be at on both models. But it's probably the closest you're gonna get. I think they're the best representations of Flight Sim, even over X-Plane. To be honest, I never X-Plane. I had the 172, and I bought that payware one, and nothing matched up to real life for me. At least I didn't like it. So, and I think the Flight Sim dynamics in this can be just as good, if not better, than X-Plane, if the developers of the planes actually tweak it for the sim. And that's why those mods come in handy. But you just can't. You can't mod the planes in 2024, they're default planes, and that's part of the problem. Let people mod them because they're gonna get better, you know? Or at least maybe hire people to mod them to be better, you know? If you want to encrypt them, that's fine, but let's make them better, you know? Okay, again, we just passed the Shirley Mountains. We're just heading northeast to Whiskey 43. We're gonna be crossing the North Platte River, which was that big river that most of the Oregon Trail people followed on the wagons there. Again, Independence Rock will be out there. That's where everyone inscribed their names and stuff on the rock. So it's kind of cool to remember that stuff too, you know. We flew us like this about 2 months ago, something like that. Let's check our fuel. I'm gonna switch to the right. Fuel pump on. Right. Fuel pump off. Fuel pressure holding. Alternator charging. Suction good. Fuel is good. Fuel pressure's good. Looks good. But I also want to get back into some airliners. Yeah, limited time with family. I'd like to get the 737 in here again, because I already kind of know what I'm doing with that mostly. The Airbus 320 is a mystery to fly, like realistically. I mean, I can get up in the air and fly, but I like to do things somewhat realistically, so that way I get into it. So, and I never used to do that when I first started flight simming. I used to just like get the plane up, go cool with it. Autopilot, awesome. And I was doing the virtual airline thing, and now that I'm a private pilot, you know, for years, I kind of want to study it like a private pilot, know what the systems are, know what the V speeds are, know what I'm looking at, you know. So it takes me a little while to get back into like a plane I'm not used to. But I bought the Bonanza, just flight. We're gonna try to get that going next, I think. Everyone's been streaming that lately, so. Yeah. In Wyoming, love to put out different things, but really it's just you're in the middle of the wild. That's it. So, that might be Independence Rock up there. I could be wrong, or I could be right. But it was right around that Pathfinder National Wildlife Refuge over there. Right, up ahead, terrain goes up to 8,762. So we're going to be not quite 1,000 feet, but probably be better at 11.5. But then it's going to drop down to like 5,000 and 6,000 feet points. After that, we should be fine. So just getting over those mountains that we're doing. We're pretty close to the ground right now. So in real life, I might have done 11.5. I mean, you do have lots of places to land here. So. I thought we were crabbing for a second. Looks like we're going straight on. Maybe a slight crab, not much. Time and weather. This is supposedly what it looks like. And I can't get Sky Vector to load right now. But if I ever do, I'll have to get an update on what's going on at our destination, because it's been socked in pretty well all day. And it's not working. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Look at my streaming laptop, where I have it on backup. Oh god. Hulett Municipal is currently. Let me load this one a second. Is 340 at 6 knots, 10 square miles of visibility, overcast 1300. Yeah, and there's a big storm to the southeast. So hopefully it'll clear out a little bit. It's minimum VFR. Visibility is good. It's the overcast stuff now that I have to worry about. But we'll see. See what happens. Hopefully there's none of this.
Red alert. All hands stand to battle stations.
Just saying. Don't worry, because I'll take some. Notice from Chuck Norris as well.
Touchdown, more like a controlled roundhouse kick to the runway.
So there you go. That's what I'm saying. I bet you our frame rate's pretty good out here though, because there's not a lot of buildings. 83 frames per second. Wow. Right. That's with everything maxed out plus, because I go to use config and even alter that to make it longer loading distances from the plane. That's why it looks like this. When I had my i9-9900K, it would be blurry in the distance. So I didn't like that. That's pretty good. These settings. Have about an hour and 10 minutes to our destination. Which means I should be good to go for dinner tonight as well, which is kind of why I want to get this flight in. You have to be down by 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. USA Flag Discord. Let's see how many people have flown in already. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people. So that'll be 14 or 15 or something like that. So not bad. It's been a big window for this event, but the weather kind of really stunk at the beginning. So. And this guy on the helicopter said there were 30 to 40 knot winds. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can get in there, so Gillette will probably be my map. Just give you an idea of where we are. That's the Pathfinder National Wildlife Refuge. Over here would be Independence Rock, the Oregon Trail. We have Muddy Mountain down there. We're going to be going up and past the North Platte River. Wind farm, which we saw on the Oregon Trail, I believe, as well. We landed at Casper. Oh, we overflew Casper. I don't remember if we landed there or not. We might have, actually, now that I think of it. And, isn't that where, Independence... No, what was that rock thing there? I can't remember. I have to look back and show the stuff. I guess I could. See if I have my notes still. Give me a second. Let's see what we got. Events. Trail. Well, we're gonna be flagged to my rear world airport where I rent from. On the 23rd, I think it is. I think we're doing it on Sunday, the 23rd. I'm hosting the event. It's going to be a fly into Plymouth, Massachusetts, where the first Thanksgiving happened. So, Casper, Wyoming. Casper, located along the Sweet. I'm reading my notes from the Oregon Trail. Located along the Sweetwater River, is historically significant as a major crossing point for immigrants following the Oregon Trail. Independence Rock, just outside Casper, again over there. It's one of the most iconic landmarks along the trail. The rock is covered with hundreds of inscriptions of pioneers and carved names. Yep. And then we had a little issue where we went to somewhere else. We went to Laramie instead of Fort Laramie. And I have to keep an eye on this little hill here because this is where we can run into problems. So I'm going to get back to those notes in a second. We'll see what happens. But I think we're going to barely clear this, which is what I kind of want. We got some trees here, though. This is the last big hurdle before it drops down in elevation, so I think we're okay. I should get a pressure setting. Let's see if we get to Casper's weather there, 126.15. See if we hear anything.
Casper Airport information Sierra 2200 Zulu. Wind tree 32 at 12. Visibility 10. Sky conditions.
Winds are up here.
Clouds at 6,500.
Casper's that way.
13,700. Temperature 7. Dew point -12. Altimeter 3023. ILS runway tree in use. Landing and departing runway tree.
Back to
VFR
guard.
Aircraft state direction of flight. All aircraft read back.
You're on guard, Whip!
Advise control on initial contact you have Sierra.
Yeah. Good. That was the last big hurdle. That was again Muddy Mountain out there. Distance, but that's it. That's the last hurdle. We should be able to stay at 95 and do this thing. Should be wind farms off right up ahead. Man, look at these mountains, though. Those mountains. They're amazing. Picture time. Everywhere. right. Keep this thing going. Take the tablet off. Yes, we are on our way. We're about an hour out. So, ground speed went down a little bit, but we're going to make it. There are supposed to be branches out here. More trees. Power lines. Oh, you know what I never did? I didn't change to the right background. Oh, I suck. I'm on the warrior background. You probably couldn't tell, but let's get the Piper Arrow background. Is that it? I think this is it. See, I knew something was wrong. I was like, what's going on? This down. Sorry about my hand. There we go. Way better. Alright, so I was like, wait a minute. That's not the arrow. There you go. We fixed it. We fixed the glitch. Fix the glitch. No, not glitching. No. Oh well. Guess there's a little glitch still. Terrible. Terrible. Oh man. Alright, that is the glitch. Got that working again after someone tried it and it didn't work. Still going over the plains and mountains here. And the winds are pushing back, so we're still like an hour out. So, but the reason we want to keep it low again is because these clouds, there's supposed to be some like minimal VFR, so I got to keep it kind of low, so that way I can stay underneath the clouds, if that makes sense. And I probably wouldn't do this flight in real life, so I just want to let everyone know that too. So we waited and waited and waited. Now we keep trying. So. I wonder why SkyVector's not showing on my desktop, but yet it shows on my laptop, which is kind of weird. Let's try loading, get in a fresh tab. No. Weird. No, it does that sometimes in SkyVector. I don't know why it does. Okay, Casper should be out there. And the Platte River is right in front of us. So you can kind of see that river right there. That is the river that they followed on the Oregon Trail, Casper. So what side of it? I don't remember. It could either be the south or the north side. I forget it could probably be the one. And then over to our right we have Douglas, Wyoming, over there. But man, imagine having again a wagon with oxen, if you will, and traveling all this way out from Independence, Missouri. That's just I find that mind-boggling. God knows how many people died along this route over here, too. I gotta scratch my head, excuse me. This headset too long today. 57 minutes to go. We got some smokestacks out there as well. As we cross the North Platte River. Casper over there. So around that hump there, you follow the river down, and then Independence Rock's going to be down there. So looks like it's getting maybe towards darkness. It's 3:39 local time, real world time, and weather in the simulator. So. We flew here about 2 months ago. This area. ranch houses down there. Yeah, on the other side there should be like a wind farm over here. So see if that's happening. Excuse me. We'll be traveling right over Glen Rock, Wyoming, right in front of us. Just right here, I think. Got both sides of the river. Yeah, they used to follow this river way across Wyoming, down. Jeffrey B with the raid. Thank you, my friend. You must have made it, because I'm still making it on my way there. But I saw you on Volanta. So, Rat Hole, welcome to the broadcast. That's awesome. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Jeffrey is raiding with a party of 12.
And if you're coming over from the Jeffrey B thing, we're doing the same thing. We're landing at Whiskey 43. It's part of the Rich USA Flag Club. How you doing? And Jeff is also subscribing. You're amazing, man. Amazing. Thank you so much.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's not included on this plate.
You're one of my favorite people from the Rich USA Flag Club, and not because of that. I'm just saying. So that I'm a little worried about the weather myself, because we see clouds. That's why I'm staying kind of low at 9.5. So, yeah. But it's bringing back memories of the Oregon Trail that I flew, because this is the Platte River that I followed on that flight. So crossing that, and then everything else is just kind of like, let's see what happens. But we're 122 nautical miles out. Should be there in a little less than an hour, and we'll contend with that weather too. I didn't get to watch your stream for the rest of the time, but feel free to push that follow button. We're streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick simultaneously. So wherever you are, push that subscribe or follow button, because we appreciate it. And if you feel so inclined like Jeff, you may also subscribe. It goes into the flight funds. Flying in real life or sim, it helps out, so appreciate Jeffrey B with the subs right there. Subs, because you've been at it for months, my friend. We'll see what happens. All right, got some funk on the way here. That's not how I danced at the wedding, though, right? Wow. Jeffrey B and I met at a wedding last week. Not our wedding, not like, you know, yeah. You get what I'm saying. It's for Jet Pilot Cinnamon, who's the funner of the Rich USA Flying Club. But we had a good time. So. Jeffrey B stole the show, though, and he already showed you that on his stream, so. And I have to agree, it's not an annoying. It was fun. Jeff, you were not, and I don't think anyone said you were not, but you know how what you said on your stream is true. It's like people could be coming across as annoying. You never came across as annoying. Right? You were awesome. You brought the party to the wedding. So appreciated that. That was good. My wife might have been a little spooked about like meeting people that, like, you know, we met online through the Rich USA Flying Club. She's like, oh, so the, you know, she was like joking with me on the way there. She's like, oh, so like, you know, these people. I was like, yeah, they're great people, and she thinks you're all great, by the way. Now, so because we saw Rob first, and I'm like, hey, Rob, what's going on? I know that guy. So, and then you came down. I said, oh, there's Jeff. Made a grand entrance. Yeah, he's a guy I met online. That's all. Oh, God. It's all good. Does it really make a difference anymore? I mean, seriously. You know? Does it really matter? No. Wyoming. This is Wyoming. So we leave the North Platte River behind. I don't see any wind turbine. Oh, I do now. Okay. I don't see any wind turbines, even though they're supposed to be. I guess they're hard baked into the scenery. They're not there, but we see the shadows of it right there. No, I don't think so at all. No. Especially when we went remote for a long time. You know what I'm saying? All right. Have a wonderful dinner, my friend, and thank you for rating the stream. It's kind of what I want to get to after this whole thing. So, second flight of the day, though. I'm excited to be sharing it with all of you. And we're going to try to navigate the weather like Jeffrey B just did. So, thanks to Matt for subscribing to me on YouTube. Keep watching those videos. I'm trying to get monetized so I can make money for Rule of Flying. I appreciate that. If you just want to go ahead and leave my marathon 12-hour stream on as you sleep, you go ahead and you do that, because that's the last step. So, but I do appreciate you subscribing on YouTube. But we recently got over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm so happy. I'm happy, hold me. So, I appreciate that. Alright, we have a little while to go. I'm going to show you the electronic flight bag, which is my real-world tablet. This is what I use in real life. I just hook it up to the simulator. So we're supposed to be seeing all these wind farms right here, but I don't... You see the shadows baked in, but that's about it. But I have an add-on that's supposed to put wind turbines in. I guess they didn't touch this area. So that'd be kind of cool to see. Wyoming. Well, that's a good picture. I'm taking that one. Picture time. Jeez. We're flying the Piper Arrow. Now it's fly Piper Arrow 2 in real life whenever I want to rent it. And but I'm taking out my 152 on the 21st. First time in a while from Rule of Flying. We're gonna get our night landings in, 3 full stop landings at least, and get some dinner. And I'm probably gonna record that one because I haven't recorded a lot of real life video in a while of me flying, but the GoPro does not pick up nighttime as well, but we'll do our best with it, you know. So that should be a good time as well. Should be good. Alright, where's this weather? I can't even show you on SkyVector because it's not loading, but I could show you on my tablet. So let me download the weather here. Now it's going to update everything. Give it a second. Might have to keep it off for a couple minutes while it updates everything because the charts are only good till October 30th. Yikes. I could always stop it after it does the weather though, but we'll see. Well, I'll leave it running for now. 50 minutes to go. And the clouds are starting to come in. But I figure if I stay below the clouds, I have a chance. That's a nice picture too. Man, there's lots of really good picture opportunities out here in 2024. Let's get a little drone cam action. Do whatever I want at that point. Yeah. Look at that one. Look at that picture. Yeah. Give it to me. It's just like Ghostbusters 2 with Peter Venkman. Give it to me. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. I said across her nose, not up it. That's a nice picture too. Alright, back in the plane. Back in the plane, let's go. Don't, my insert button's a little sensitive there. Alright, checking out my fuel. I'm burning on the right. Things look good still. We're only burning about 9 gallons, a little over 9 gallons an hour. So this thing holds like 73 or something. But when you fly one of these in real life, you can feel the weight if you have it full on the wings. Because the Piper Arrow 2 I fly does 70 gallons. It's heavy. So but the engine's about 200 horsepower, so it's right below the requirement for complex. I mean, for high performance endorsement. So I got my complex endorsement, but I don't have the high performance. I was gonna wait for the Cirrus on that one. I'm gonna save some money up and do that someday. But I really should finish up my instrument someday as well. Now again, that takes money, so. Did save up a amount of money for instrument, and I got about halfway through it, and then had to use that money elsewhere. So, not an emergency, just to help the family pay off fun stuff that we did. So, I'll get back to it someday, but I gotta start being the entrepreneur again and making even more money. So. COVID was a good time to get in on that, I'll tell you. So everyone was stuck at home and watching the videos. My flag funds went up big time. Can't stay home forever. That's a good thing. Why am I hungry? You can survive 48 minutes. So. Kind of windy out. You can hear the wind and everything. Charge the tablet while it's downloading data here. Also, my solar box, the rechargeable box I was using with solar panels to move around, totally died. It's like it says 0%, it won't charge. I had it set to only drain to 10% and then not drain anymore, but for some reason it drained to 0. So I think there's something wrong with the battery. But it has a 2-year warranty on it, so now I got to contact the company and send it back. Luckily, it's a well-known solar company. But I did a review on it too, and I'm just gonna have to report if they don't give me a good thing on the warranty. So hoping they do right, because I don't know why it would have such problems. And I kind of needed it for my I teach band, and I have a Veterans Day parade, and I have a bass guitar player who's gonna march with us. But I kind of need like the powered unit for the speaker and the wireless unit. And luckily, I'm gonna use one of my uninterrupted power supplies for my computer. I'm gonna rip it out for the day. I've done it before, but I bought the solar box going, oh, it's gonna be all solar, it's gonna be amazing. And yeah, it doesn't charge now, and it's at 0%. So luckily I have backup. Years ago I tried using one of those small Harbor Freight generators that run on like 50-50 mix, and 1, you would have smelled fumes the whole time. 2, it was a big pain, and then 3, that died right before the parade that year, and I had nothing. I had no backups, and I was like, oh crap, what am I gonna do now? And I had 3 bass guitars at that point. They made the trombone parts, and it was quite the harrowing story, but we made it happen. It died right the night before too, so, but we do our best. That's all we can do. That's all you can do. Alright, anyways, let's look at this weather here. I think I got out my tablet. Let's see if I do or not. And we'll see what we got. Next rad is up. Oh yeah. Alright, so here's what we're looking at right now. There's Hulett. Here's some radar. So luckily it's not right over Hulett, but it's there. And it did have snow here earlier today, so I doubt we'll see it in the simulator. But if we do, it'd be kind of cool. That is definitely what we're up against right now. We go to the east, it gets a little more hairy. That looks like rain, and that looks like snow. So, is there any more around it? Yeah, there's more to the north. Excuse me. All right, we're gonna make things happen. Still about 95 nautical miles to go. 45 minutes to go. Or so. Could be snow, 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 snow. Oh, at least it's not gonna be like the Oregon Trail, where things like this could have happened to you. That'd be bad. That would be bad right now. Yeah. Yep. Don't want to do that. So lock it in, and let's get to Hulett. Just saying. Let's lock it in and get to Hulett.
Importing all preferences from home interface.
Jar is fully online.
Importing all preferences from home interface.
Gonna lock it
Systems are
in,
now fully
make things
operational.
happen. Cloud's getting a little lower. Over there, by the way, is the Bighorn Mountains in the distance, so that's what I was kind of looking at. Wait till Jarvis to get off there. Right over there. Looks really good. And we're heading to the northeast. Some of that stuff really left around here, but hopefully Hulett will be better. No. One thing, VTAR. Yeah, it's still minimum VFR. But let's see what we can do. So I'm gonna keep updating the databases. I'm just gonna show my tablet right now. 43 minutes to go. Ooh. Sun is slowly just about to set. Not like anytime soon, but it's getting there. It's afternoon, you can tell. Current time is almost 4 p.m. local time. 6 p.m. where I am on the East Coast. This is real world time in the sim. With real world weather. Cessna 172 is about 8.4 gallons per hour at 75% cruise. But I always, if I'm planning, I always go 10. So I have extra time. It's better to be over than under. You get what I'm saying? That's about 8.4 gallons per hour if you're going to burn at like 2,400 RPMs at cruise. Yeah. Does that make sense? But for flight planning, again, I bump it up to 10. And that way you have extra fuel. Makes it a lot better for you. In real life, you'll thank yourself if you do that, because you know, if you get in trouble, you have more time. Time means life. Just saying. And on 152, I think it's like 5.4, 5.5, right up into 6. No, well, realistically, in a 172. You have about 3 hours of flight time, and then you have an extra hour on that. Yeah. So. But the 172s I fly in real life, one of them has extended tanks. They're like a 26 gallon. Actually, I don't think that's a 172. I think you're thinking of a 152. Give me a second. Gallon tank size. Let's go with the 172N, which is like a 1970s model. Yeah, it's like 40 gallons usable. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah, about 4 hours. I'd say 3 realistically, and then you have that extra hour to get somewhere. You know? But they have models that are extended. Long range tanks, it says 50 gallons usable. But you usually have to, you know, you won't be able to take as much weight in the plane. But I know the 172M I rent does long range tanks. I don't mind it. I like the 172N better. That has normal, I believe, which is about 40 gallons usable. But I think you're thinking about a 152. A 152 has 26, I thought. Double check that. Because a 152 gallon fuel tank size. It's typically about 40 in the 172. Says that. Is not fuel tank size gallons. I thought they had, yeah, 26 gallons. You're thinking about a 152. 152 burns about 6 gallons per hour, and that's upping it a little bit. So you have about 4 hours in that too. Yeah. One time I got down to about 25% in the 152, and when I landed, my the instructors, they were like, "Hey, do you know what's going on?" I was like, "I knew I had time. I had like another, at least hour, you know." But they did that because they'd rather be like on you rather than not on you for things like that, so that way you learn from it. But yeah, 26 gallons is the 152, and 24.5 is usable because the other 1.5 is below the sump where it goes down. So that makes sense. So, and they have long range tanks on that too, but the 152s I fly have. Well, you need, you're required, if you're at night, you need 45 minutes extra above your thing. And if you're daytime VFR, you need 30. You're required to have that in there with the fuel calculation. Does that make sense? So if you're flying daytime VFR, you need the amount of fuel you need to get there, plus 30 minutes. But I always fill the tank if I can, because that more time means safety. And then if you're nighttime VFR, the rule is you need 45 minutes extra fuel on top of what you think you need for the whole entire route. So that's how they make sure that you have enough in case there's an emergency or a problem or a deviation or something like that. You know, like one of these. Yeah. I made a whole video on the airplane channel about
deviation advised you contact Las
planning
Vegas
for VFR
approach
flight.
I'll give you the number when you're ready to copy.
I think I did.
Not ready to copy. I'm flying.
The other thing, if you're calculating fuel, you have to have the run-up fuel. They have in the POH, it tells you, I think it's 0.8 for a Cessna 152. You add that to the fuel too. So 0.8 hours of fuel for the run-up, and then for 172, I think it's 1.2 hours. Not hours. I got confused. 0.8 gallons for the run-up in the 152. 1.2 gallons for the 172. Yeah. Okay. I was saying hours, I meant gallons. So, but again, you'll find out all that information. If you get a POH, Pilot Operating Handbook, it'll tell you. It has a whole section on weight and balance and fuel. So, yeah, I would. That's not bad. Yep. We're talking about the 172, right? So you got 1.2 gallons. I'd round it up to 2, and if you're climbing, 2.5 is not a bad estimate. I usually, what I do, again, I overestimate everything, because again, more fuel means better. So I give myself 1 extra minute for every 1,000 feet I have to climb. And then when you do the time of the flight, it calculates the fuel. And you get one of these E6Bs. This is an electronic one. And then you do the timing, and it tells you how much fuel you need, and you add on that stuff. So again, I have a whole video. It's not the most exciting video because I take my time and teach you, but it tells you how to plan out a VFR flight. So you can look on that Direct Flight YouTube channel. And it's about an hour long, but I had to plan out a flight anyways, so I wanted to give people an idea. So if you go to my YouTube channel, search up VFR flight planning on my channel, it should pop up. I haven't done one of those in a long time, but I'm thinking about doing it around the USA flight again sometime. What I do is I plan out every single leg before I fly it that day, because you got to calculate flights and stuff. It keeps you sharp on cross-country procedures. So, yep. All right, we're 37 minutes out. Sun is not setting, but it's getting down. And so far, so good on weather. I thought we were gonna have a bigger issue here. That storm, all that bad stuff is over there. So it's just that there's gonna be more clouds here. So. Yeah, run up. The extra VFR fuel you need required by the FAA, and then I overestimate. I go 10 gallons per hour, the 172. So you gotta calculate your flight time, and that gives you the fuel, and then you have to add on again the run up, which is 1.2, and then the VFR. It depends on how many gallons an hour. And it's 10, so you add 5 if it's VFR a day, and 7.5 if it's VFR. But again, when I fly real world, I try to fill the tank. If I can fill the tank, I do it. The only time I haven't been able to fill a tank is for weight and balance, and that's if you're taking like 4 people. If you're taking 3, typically it depends on their weight. You know what I mean? So, but I always fill the plane. I don't care if it's just me. I don't care if it's me and a passenger. We're like, oh, you can get away with that. No. I fill the tank if I can, because you have a lot more time. You have a storm, you can deviate around. I had to do that one time too, and I knew I had more than enough fuel because I do that practice. That's one of my safety things I do in real life. I always fill the plane if I can. Sometimes people look at me insane, like when I flew to New York and I said fill it up again before I go back, and they're like, why? You don't need to. I was like, fill it up again. And I had to deviate around 2 storms, so didn't have any pressure, no pressure at all, because I had full tanks coming out of Stewart International, going back to Plymouth Municipal Airport, and I had to go a little slightly north around the Hartford area, and then as I got that, honestly, nowadays I go on SkyVector and I put the different altitudes in, and I find out which one's the fastest because I'm paying for fuel. But if you typically, I'll show you what I do. If I'm not doing SkyVector where I pump that in, because you have to know what altitude you can do, you have to look at where you are in the section. Like right now we're in Wyoming, right? See these big numbers? See how they have boxes right there? They tell you the minimum safe altitude to avoid obstacles. So right now 6,000 feet is the lowest you kind of want to go, but we're going to have to go a little bit lower because this cloud's coming in. And that tells you. Now, if you look back here, the reason why I'm at 9.5 is, it says 8.7, right? But if you look at my route here, I have a mountain peak right there of 8,762 and 9,061. So in real life, I probably would have gone 11.5 just to make sure I really had some distance. And then you can descend all you want here. Splasher 6 rating the stream. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. We're going to descend down to 7.5. Why? Because we can. It says 6,000 is the minimum safe altitude, and it looks like it's that way. So let's do that now, because those clouds are coming in. Splasher 6, thanks for the raid. You're amazing.
Splasher_6 is rating with a party of 9.
Going to do a little descent. Let's get below these clouds. 7.5. That makes sense. You got to look at your sectional and pick up cruise altitude on that first, and then you figure out which one's the best one with speed, because you're paying for time. This thing is not going down. Why? I don't know. But it's going to start going down. Come on, Otto. Oh, come on, Otto. Why aren't you doing this? Come on, let's go. Thanks for rating, my friend. Appreciate it. There you go. And we'll watch that speed as we do. There you go. Kata Tanari, welcome back. Totally checked out your channel, by the way, as I was preparing for this second flight of the day. You have quite the intro screen, let me tell you. It's pretty impressive. But yeah. I've gotten a lot of raids today. I got to be honest with you. I appreciate every single one of them. So thank you. Let's give some shout outs here. First has to go to Jeffrey B because he raided earlier. And then give a shout out to one of my newest followers, Kata Tenori. So, railroad student pilot, gonna be a private pilot someday. As soon as Jeffrey B gets his time in the limelight here. Splasher 6, I actually met at FS Expo when we bumped in. I literally bumped into Two-Tone Murphy and spilled his drink a little bit. But we have a picture of us all together. So another shout out after that to Splasher 6. Fine quality streamers, just saying. So if you haven't followed them, follow them. So it wasn't it? It was cool. It was in my backyard too, because I only live 30 minutes away, so it made it easy for me. Right, we're descending the 7.5, trying to anticipate getting underneath these clouds. This is going to be one heck of a way to get in here, because this is probably a no-go in real life, because it's minimum VFR and it's really bad. Sky Vector's not telling me anything there, but why don't we go to this screen that I never use anymore? Let's go to my vertical briefing screen. And we can look at Sky Vector together. So over here it says Hulett Municipal. Let me reload it just to make sure I got it. The overcast layer went up though. It says 340 at 7 knots. 310 variable at 20. 10 square miles of visibility. Overcast at 2,000, so it went up about 700 feet. But that's why we're getting down here. And we're going to see what we can do. This is a Virtuoso Flying Club event. So yeah, we're kind of trying to push it in there so we can actually get this thing done. Some people have been able to land there, so we'll see what happens. But winds are supposed to be big and all that stuff. And yeah, now back to our original screen. I haven't used that in forever. I always have it set up ready to go. But it's a nice little briefing screen. And it has my real old phone and tablet on. Decoration. 26 minutes to go. And you can see that the storms are that way. It looks like it's rain now. There's some snow over there. But there was snow here earlier. I don't know if we'll see any, although it does kind of look little white flecks there. I don't think that's from the simulator. I think that's from so what's the outside air temperature? Oh, it's 20. Crank that. Okay, good. Just making sure. It's probably like 40 in this cab. Very good. Alright, I'm gonna just turn off the tablet. Again, we already locked down with Jarvis. Kind of missed that, but regardless, we shall. Number 1, make it so. Make it so. Just so. It's been a lot of nature up here. 20 degrees out. Tell me it's winter without telling me it's winter. 20 degrees. Put the pizza heat on just for protection, just in case. Alright, how are we doing our fuel? You're on the right. We could probably go to the left. Fuel pump on. Left tank. Pump off. Fuel pressure holding. We're in the Piper Arrow well. November 513 Echo Foxtrot. I try to make my own liveries when I have planes that I fly a lot. So, again, for those of you who don't know, I fly the Piper Arrow 2. I rent it. It's the latest aircraft I got signed off on with my complex endorsements. And no offense to any student pilots, but you don't get to fly those, so it gives me a plane that I can fly when everything else is booked up. It's also more expensive. I got you. Okay, it's also more expensive, but it flies faster. So the ground speed has been going down though as we make our way out. So these winds are definitely shifting. It's either up or down. So not like in these clouds out there. Again, I figure if I stay low, they're saying that the overcast clouds are 2,000 feet. So that's almost 6,000 feet, so we should be able to get in. However, tiny window we have, we should be able to get in there. I wonder if I have any scenery. I don't know if I Did a bunch of flights on the Oregon Trail 2 months ago. No, I do not. So this is going to be default scenery. That's alright. It's about the destination. I do like my eye candy. So, but here's what we'll be trying to do at Hulett Municipal.
Stick the left. In this challenge, the pilot will do his best to avoid certain death by keeping the plane on a good flight path with a constant angle descent lined up to center. Good. Stick the landing and don't suck.
Don't suck. That's the biggest part. Don't suck at the landing. We're going to get some weather for Hulett coming up in about 10 more nautical miles. I have it on standby right now. And then we'll see what we're doing with the simulator. But, can I go 5.5? I don't know if I want it right now. We have a peak there at 4,500. You're not seeing any of this. Let me show you what I'm looking at. This is my real world electron flight bag that I use. I haven't pumped into the simulator, so it's me use what I use. Right. If I go down to 5.5, we're 1,000 feet above that. Got the keyhole reservoir. I mean, I could. We also have Devil's Tower Monument over there, so maybe we'll see that on our left as we get in there. That's a cool little thing to see. Remember when they built the mashed potato model of the Devil's Tower in Close Encounters of the Third Kind? He says, this means something. That's what we're talking about. And then we have Warren Peaks off to the right. We have to worry about that because if we go to 6.5, that's not the place we want to end up. So we'll see what happens. We did this flight a long time ago with the Virtual Safe Flying Club. It's been 3 years, he said, on the briefing. So it's been a while, but I did fly out here during the Oregon Trail flights, and I have more of an appreciation for Idaho and Wyoming now that I did those flights because it is rather beautiful in their own way. It's just a lot of nature. See, I fly in the Northeast. In the Northeast, we're used to having cities all around us. You drive for a little bit. I mean, you could drive across my home state of Rhode Island in like an hour. You know, like the whole state. It's a small state union. So, or if you're flying, you can cross it in 15 minutes. I'm just saying. So, things are just a lot closer in the Northeast than they are. So. All right, we're gonna go down to 5.5. I'm gonna chance it. Here we go. Pattern altitude we'll look at in a second too. Keep that speed up there. Pattern altitude at Hulett should be about 5,300, so you don't really want to go much slower. You get what I'm saying? 22 minutes to go. Let's switch to the weather. 127.775. I think that's what it is. I'm sorry, 128.775. Sometimes the buttons are a little sensitive on that. And let's call this our descent. So Allison, announce the descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage is stowed safely and securely in the aircraft. Thank you.
There you go. Big things happen. I never did give Otto the Autopilot a shout out today on this stream. I did on the last stream, but I'll give it one.
Automatic pilot.
Automatic pilot. There it is.
I'll go back to the passengers.
And with the weather up ahead, I might have this happening.
I got a bad feeling about this.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, wish I got some weather here. 128.775. Just double checking. It's on. We're still 43 nautical miles out, so we'll give some time. Sorry, when I cough, I don't like coughing into the microphone. That's why I'm muted. Sun setting. gonna put some panelets on just in case. And everything else is on, right? Yeah. I don't think we need the overhead red light yet, so we're good on that. We're on the SU4 beta, so multiplayer seems to be working. I'm on the East Coast. If you did want to like just kind of jet in here somehow. But we should be seeing the Devil's Tower coming up in about, I'm going to guesstimate 12, 13 minutes. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, my foot feels a lot better right now than it did this morning, let me tell you. Wow. What resting can do. Again, this is an official event for the Virtual USA Flying Club, proud member and admin on there. And it's been nothing but good times. We met a lot of people in real life at FS Expo, but we also had our founder's wedding, which I was invited to. He lives in New York, so it's about a 4-hour drive, but it was worth it. Got to meet a lot of us. We had our own table type deal. So, very good. But I am gonna try working on that new Just Flight Bonanza, and hopefully within a week or two get that on stream as well. So, fly with Joel was the one that got there. Maybe you should, even if you just join and just sit back and just kind of see what we do. Probably would be a good thing to do. And again, I'm gonna hype that up so you can see. We are mostly on Discord. We have a Facebook, but Discord's where we all like meet together. So, but I think this is what it is. If you go there, it'll take you to the Discord. You do have to fly VATSIM on all these flights, so you would have to be a VATSIM member to join. And if you didn't feel good about that, live air traffic control, like I would help people on that if that's what's holding you back. So I've done that in the past. So we can do that privately if you want to through my Discord, that you can join at tinyurl.com/Eric Flight Discord, all one word. I'll type that in next. So, but I like to help people when I can. I'm a real world teacher for music, so I kind of know how to teach people, and I'm also a real world private pilot, so I do know that stuff. I am not an FAA CFI. So I want to make that clear because we're supposed to do that as pilots. I'm only for entertainment purposes only. I come in a fun small box. That's it. Oh man. I make all the corniest jokes ever too as well. Oh, is that the wrong command? It probably is. I think it's this one. Oh, so anticlimactic right there. I think we're going to make it in here, but we're right about pattern altitude right now, so I don't want to go any lower. Keyhole Lake coming up ahead. Sun setting. Could look a little frosty down there. But they had snow here earlier for weather, so I don't know. One way I wanted to fly in and see what snow looked like, but at the same time I was like, it's not safe. It was down to like 1,000 on the ceiling, so. And I want to fly that Bonanza that just came up from Just Flight pretty soon.
Bonanza 296, hold short 17 at Bravo, waiting up release.
Hold short of 17. You're calling a banana?
No sir, you did not hear that correctly.
Hopefully not get called a banana. 60 minutes ago and I'm not hearing any weather at all. Sometimes if you put the COM 1 it works, but we'll see. Something is in my eye. That is not good. I roasted garlic and I think I got like a piece that went near my eye. Oh, so good for you, but yet so bad. Alright. Take a look outside. Oh, that's a nice picture too. So many great pictures here. Oh, gorgeous. Snapshots galore. Give it to me. Give it to me, babe. That's gorgeous. Sun setting. I'm seeing if we're hearing any of the storms. The storms are up that way. So, let's see if I can update anything on my tablet or store data. But yeah, we do a lot on this channel. I usually stream because I'm going to practice anyways. That's how I got started in 2020. And it makes the time pass. And then honestly, we did bigger and better things. We do a fundraiser every year at the end of July, beginning of August, for Children's Cancer Research Fund. Through my participation in the Great Cycle Challenge, we've made an all-time record high this year of $2,800 something. And I fly a marathon stream, which my wife thinks I'm geeky and doesn't like, but it helps raise money for that. And then I ride a bike for 150 miles in September, not nautical miles. And that's what we fundraise for. But this year I think we're going to hit on my 6th annual marathon. I haven't come up with a theme yet or anything, but I'm going to have a 6th one. And you're all invited to take place. I have some prizes that usually happen. So we try our best to get some sponsors. This year we raffled off a Real Sim Gear GNS 530. Druicky Design and also Any Builds help sponsor by giving people that flew it as a marathon some gifts. So, but I have to contact Druicky Design because we haven't hit off the communication. It's on me now because they email me back, so I have to kind of get on them all the information. They are very great people. They've sponsored my marathon every single year since I started in 2021. So, but it's all about finding time to do things. I'm seeing that I'm a teacher. You want to take classes in the summer. We do that. Not really. No, I want to save money for rolled flying.
Aero 718 Delta Foxtrot on the 10-mile final RNAV for runway 31. Full stop
That's
landing.
not me, but we do have to get the Hulett frequency in. Oh, wait, no, that is. Is the CTAF 12220? Oh, it is. All right. He's going 3-1. Let's get the. I'd love to get the weather here someday. If they could just give me the winds, that'd be awesome. But Devil's Tower is going to be coming up off our left. What I would like to do next for Flight Sim Gears, I'd like to get a new yoke. Because this Honeycomb Alpha, I have it fixed with super glue and a pencil eraser. No, it's going to be up over here somewhere. But I kind of want to wait for the Meridian yoke that's supposed to be coming out, which is the former developer of Honeycomb. I want something with Hall sensors, and I have this one living only because I just turned off the battery. Make sure it goes back on. Uh-oh. Yeah, I had to do that. Sorry. Anywho. I'm not going to stay there. That's what I'll fly me if I have to. I had to do that because I accidentally touched the battery master on the Honeycomb Alpha. Oh, sure, I'm slick. The Moga yoke, I tried at FS Expo, and they didn't have it calibrated right, but it has force feedback, and I'm kind of like, I'm getting into haptics now. I have a button kicker on the seat, so I'm feeling the rumble in the engine and stuff like that. I'm going to trim up some more and get this thing back on track. So, it's saved it. Cool. Alright, nav, autopilot on. Let's see if we got the GPS. Gotta wait for that GPS to load. We're still on track though. Shades on there. And then vertical speed. Should be fun. Alright. There we go. We are right over Keyhole Reservoir. Devil's Tower should be off our left. That's awesome. Yeah, I was very lucky because Providence is a half hour away from where I live. So If you can do that, that's gonna be. There's Devil's Tower right over there. See it in the distance. Take some pictures. Some pictures. That means something. Oh, I'd love to show that scene, but I can't because it's gonna be a copyright strike. All right. As we get closer, I'll take more pictures, but you can see it right there. How we doing on fuel? We're on the left. I'm gonna let burn the left a little bit more, then I'll switch to right before we land. I'm not hearing any weather. No weather whatsoever. Alright, let's look at Sky Vector then. I'm gonna look on my tab, on my streaming laptop. Okay, they're saying winds are 330 at 3 knots. That got way better. Yay! 10 square miles visibility, broken at 1300, broken 20. Oh, it went up. Overcast 3000. Alright, we can do this. We can do this, even though that is very ominous right there. So, I'm going to see if I can get to Minneapolis, but I doubt it. So, my wife wasn't too happy when I said, is there a possibility? But I would have to spend my flight funds on it. And it's not that I'm bad at money, it's just that she doesn't want me to spend things that we could spend on vacation with the family. That makes sense to me. So, well, that's not bad. I mean, I wouldn't even mind driving out there if I had to. Because I would do something crazy like that. Even though it'd be like about 20 something hours of driving. Then you'd have a car. But we'll see. I know Jeffrey B is going out to Minneapolis. But again, I have a family and kids, so that's what always makes it tough. I took my son with me to FS Expo in Providence. And that made it easy. You know, he had a good time there too. He's not even in the flight simming just yet, if at all, but we'll see. I have someone on my ADS-B out here who's 1,000 feet. Is that you? November 718 Delta Foxtrot? I'm not seeing your visually over there. That might be you. Better keep my distance for a little bit more. We're supposed to avoid flights within 3 nautical miles of that Devil's Tower out there. So, for national security. But it's out there. In the Missouri Buttes. How do you pronounce Buttes again? I think it's Buttes. It's not Butts. I said Butts before. Pronunciation. Buttes. There you go.
Buttes.
Buttes. So this is the Missouri Buttes out there. Devil's Tower. I'm going to take a bunch of pictures here. Make sure we got that. That's our big scenic moment there. Again, encounters the third close encounters of the third kind is the thing I think of. Zoom out. And we're going to go 3-1 on this. So that is not the best weather. Alright, I'm going to set my heading here. I'm going to start heading a little bit more to the east. So heading, oh, it was not heading. Heading on. It turned off. Auto failed me yet once again. That's okay, at least I caught it. There we go. Should be locked in. Altitude. Alright. I'm going to stay away from the Warren Peaks, which is out there. We'll time it. It does look a little frosty here. I don't know if that would be snow in the simulator, but they're running the Google Maps enhancement here. So I'm wondering if there would be just a little snow, because it is 20 degrees. So I don't know how much it's if it was warm on the ground. That's it. That's an aspect of this here. Alright, and we're going to start going on the CTAP here. So, effect guard. Hulett traffic, Arrow 3 Echo Foxtrot, we're 11 nautical miles to the south. We're going to intercept a left base for runway 31, full stop, Hulett. So getting a little too close to that warm peaks here, just right over there. Buttes. I have to remember. I always say butts, so we don't have those things. Look at that wonderful shot right there. Devil's Tower. Very cool. All right, prepare yourselves for landing. I promise, no guarantee of living spare money. Unless you, hey, this is a good one. Unless you.
Show me the money. Show me the money. That's it, brother. But you got the yell left up. Show me the money. I need to feel you, Jerry. Show me the money. Man. Jerry, you better yell. Show me the money.
Yep, same. Okay, last one.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
More east. I hope you're entertained. I appreciate you staying on stream. So, I hope it's fun. You know, it's not just about me flying somewhat realistic, practicing. So I try to make it very interactive. Where are we at Devil's Tower? Ooh, that's a nice shot. Get outside the plane. Oh, just wondering if I can do that turning shot there. And get it in time, though. We're 5 nautical miles at least from there. Very good. We're going to stay at 5.5. That's why we want to look at the sectional and make sure that we get these mountains out of the way. So, yeah. Can't believe it's Saturday. Feels like it's a Sunday, but it's not. That's amazing. Excuse me. Okay, we have another position update once I get around these mountains a little bit. Hulett traffic, arrow 3 Echo Foxtrot, 6 nautical miles to the south. Intercepting a left base for runway 31 full stop, Hulett. Look at that overcast layer though. Look at that. That doesn't leave much, does it? Okay, let's see our fuel tank situation here. I'm gonna go to right now, so fuel pump on. Switch to the right. Pump off, fuel pressure holding. Okay, it's itchy. The airport should be that way, but luckily for me, my electronic flight bag has that gentle line to kind of see what we're doing, but the beacon is out there. Do you see that beacon? I want to swing more to the east here. Trees are amazing. This is the Bijan Studio Seasons Enhanced. He did a pretty nice job with it. There's not as many trees as there in this default. It makes it a little bit more realistic. The fall foliage looked amazing. And he added more different types of trees. Stuff like that. But he's always working on that stuff. I used him until I got Rex AccuSeason for 2020. So. Alright, anyways, I'm going to take it El Manuel. We're going to take it in from here. I want to make sure my tablet's off, but I'm following my tablet. Okay, here's what we're going to do. 18 inches manifold down to 21. Slow this thing down a little bit. Gear down. Under 129, I believe it is. Hulett traffic, arrow 3 Echo Foxtrot, left base to final, runway 31 full stop, Hulett. Okay. Got a cruising descent going on now, right now. Alright, gas, check, undercarriage, check, 3 green. Mixture, up to where about there. Prop, all the way. Alright, put the flaps in. No, I didn't. So flaps. Airport's right over there, 3-1. Switches. Good. We're good. Check it out. There's no problems. There we go. Look at that. Look at that entry there, right there. All right, back to 15. Another thing of flaps. Trim up. Gear 3 green. Toby eye tracker on. I had to kind of do that really fast. Recenter it, and we'll zoom in a little bit. And here we go. Hulett. Traffic. Arrow 3 Echo Foxtrot. Final 3-1. Full stop. Hulett. Okay, turning off to the right eventually. And we're good. Should we go 80? It's a pretty good approach speed. It's kind of windy here. I think it got better though on the weather. So 3 green. I'm always trained to look at those 3 green lights multiple times. And I was told that you don't understand how many times people have landed wheels up. So, all right, full flaps. There you go. I want to slow it down to about 75-ish or so. So I'm going to pull out on the manifold or throttle as we call it. We are about 5,000 feet, so we should be about there with the mixture. In the northeast, we're like near sea level, so we always go full rich mixture. Trim it up. As soon as you let the throttle out on this usually will sink big time. So, Hulett, Arrow 3 Echo Foxtrot, flight over 3-1, full stop, Hulett. I'm feeling a little bit. Oh, wind's coming right down, right? Throttle coming out. See if we can make this happen. Nope. Prepare a landing. Yeah. That was full back on the elevator, believe it or not. It never floats like it's supposed to. So, just let you do something about it. But we're down. That's what matters. We're going to ride this all the way until we get to a taxi on the right. Aerodynamic braking. Is the taxiway. Let's clean her up after we get off. Little fast. It's kind of hard to do this. Got some skid marks in my shorts. Oh man, clear the runway. Back to the plane, which is much easier to control from the side. Hulett traffic, Arrow 3 Echo Foxtrot, clear of runway 31 for Hulett. Okay, parking brake on, keep it about 1,000. Alright, good. Toby eye tracker off. Let's get our checklist out. Show you that as well. Alright. Flaps up. Fuel pump off. I never turned it on because I forgot that part. Strobes off. Landing light, we're gonna leave on. It's getting a little dark. Taxi light. We don't have one. Mixture. Pitot heat off, and trim set for takeoff. There we go. For some reason, it lands very flat compared to real life in this. And I'll have the elevator all the way back, and it'll just go boom. So they need to work on that for things. All right, we're gonna taxi in here. So tablet off, Toby eye tracker back on, and here we go. Welcome to Hulett. I don't know if we can see Devil's Tower from here, but we got birds. I thought we had birds. Obviously don't have birds. I'll give you a descent rate after, but like I said, it's kind of hard to land this. The landing is not the best in this. But we made it. That's what matters. Default scenery. I don't know if anyone made any freeware scenery for this, but wind's right in front of us. So. Nice little sunset though through the trees, huh? Look at that. Okay, pull over here. The other aircraft. Is that a marshal or is that just a guy saying hi? Wait a minute. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna pull into this T right over here. That guy parked a little weird. Oh, yeah, that wasn't the safest. They're not really lined up here. Alright, that's where we're gonna put our plane. Park and brake on. Okay, tow guide tracker off. Back to our tablet with the checklist. ELT verify silent. Avionics off. Okay, all lights except for beacon off. I'm gonna full lean on the mixture here. Lights off. Mags off. Power off. That. Brakes are on. Tablet off. Let's take a look around, shall we? Because we could take the drone cam off the Devil's Tower. Look at that. I gotta get rid of the drone follow mode here because that causes elevation issues sometimes. But here we are at Hulett, and there is that. Oh, look at that. That's Devil's Tower. Look at that. All right. Very good. How do I rotate the drone? Does anyone know? No, that wasn't it. I don't know what the button is to rotate the drone. Let me see if I can find it. It's a little off kilter. Number 4 and 6. Yaw. IJKL. I don't think that's right. Number pad 4. That's not working. Rotation, number pad 2. No, that's not working either, is it? None of that is working. Roll. Roll's what I'm thinking. I was pushing 7 with that. It wasn't working. Alright, anyways, let's go out to Devil's Tower. It's gonna be a little off kilter. Nah, me either. I mean, it's not terrible, but let's do it because this drone can go within 3 nautical miles. Not in real life, but except they have a flying problem. They probably have like a drone problem too. Look at this. You got roads coming out here. What a perfect time to come in. Still kind of low on the ceiling here. Look at that. Beautiful. Picture time. Let's go out to the, what do you call those? Buttes. It was the Missouri Buttes. Out here. That looks good. Alright. Let's take a picture from the Missouri Buttes. If I can get actually the airport in here with the Devil's Tower, this angle, that would be cool too. Does it look like I have 2 of these? Kind of does. I don't think I do. No, I kind of do actually. Alright, well, whatever. Anyways, that is our stream for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow. We're going to try to do the Walt Disney World Part 2 flight. We're at Manteo, North Carolina. And we're going to be flying from Manteo all the way down to Kissimmee, Florida. In the Piper Arrow, which you saw tonight. But, it's a nice little thing. See if I turn off that name quick for a second. So, from Bear Lodge Fly-In at Hulett Municipal Eric Flight, wishing you a great night. Thanks to everyone for rating. Push that follow button, push that subscribe button, tip your bar and waitress staff well, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. But that is me, and that's the Virtual USA Flying Club. Find out more at virtualusaflyingclub.org. It'll take you to our Discord. We're a VATSIM-oriented GA flying group. One of the best decisions in my life to join. I met like so many people. Jeff B, met him in real life. The guy's a crack up. Like, he's amazing. So again, we're very friendly. Feel free to look into that and join us perhaps. If you're on Twitch, stay tuned. We're going to rate someone. If you're on YouTube, push that subscribe button. Maybe even push the thumbs up and the bell icon. If you're on Kick, just subscribe because we need people there. But anyways, it's been fun. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And I will see you soon. Eric Fleck, peace out. Wait for that raid on Twitch. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow. See you. Bye.